Hey, hello there. Today I'll be doing a video creating doors on slanted surfaces, like we see here, and how to get them to work with events and with the art assets. So I'll just run in and out of this building a few times here. Okay, so what's going on here? Let me get out of the game here. So you can see I've got an event sitting in the doorway there, and that would work perfectly fine on its own. Let me just go through the plugins I'll be using in this video. So I'll be using the grid-free doodads plugins here, as well as Q movement up here. And I think this has a dependency for the Q plus plugin as well. Alright, so let me fire the game back up, but this time I'll turn on the collision boxes. So as soon as the player character collides with the collider there, it's triggering the event. Let me just jump over to Photoshop here. I'll show you how the visuals are broken down. There's not too much going on. So there's obviously all the background painting, but forget about that for now. There's the object itself, the building. I did a video about a week ago on creating slanted buildings. So I'll leave a link in the box below if you want to check that out. That should cover how to create those sorts of things to keep them in perspective. But on top of that, it was really just a matter of creating a doorway. Now I spent a bit of time and created a small animation for the doorway. I thought it would look more interesting if it was animated when the door opened. Though, in retrospect, I don't know if I actually like the way that it looks that way. I almost think it has more impact for the door to just sort of go from, from 0 to full all in one frame. It seems to have more, I don't know how to say, it feels more impactful when you walk up to a door like that. I don't know. But I thought I would find a way to get an animated door to work as well, so I've tried to do that here. Alright, back over to RPG Maker. Alright, so if we look at these doodads, I've got the door placed right where the door should be there. And I've got the switch setting here. Switch 3, which I've, tomb door, I've called it. I've got that set to off, so as long as the switch is off, that doodad will be visible. And as soon as I walk up to it, the switch gets turned on, and then we see the door open doodad playing, which has got the reverse setting over here. Now, this is not an ideal solution at all, because I think about half the time when you end up seeing the animated door, it's going to be halfway through the animation cycle, so there's probably a better way to do that, but this is just what I came up with. Alright, so if we look at this event here, on player touch, we're going to flip the switch on, play a sound effect, and wait 15 frames. And on the second page, when the switch is on, have it on auto run, we'll fade the screen out, move the player to the other location, and fade it back in. Pretty straightforward. More or less the same thing going on inside the building. Turning the switch back off, playing a sound effect, and moving the player back to the other location. So how do we expand the size of the event to be a circle? Well, that's where we have this collider here on the note tag, or the note box. So I'm setting the collider to a preset I've defined somewhere else, and I've called that preset small circle. So I'll show you where that's happening. In the Q movement plugin, there's a number of settings here. I'm going to go to presets. I've already defined 2 of them. I got a large circle and a small circle. So my large one is 600 by 400, so it's enormous. And the small one, which I'm using for the doorway there, it's about, 100 by 70 or something like that. And you can make it a circle or a box. So maybe one thing I'll do as a quick demonstration. Let me just create a new event over on the right. Something really simple. I'll just have it display some text. Here be dragons. We'll have that on player touch, and we'll change the collider here to the large circle that I defined in the plugin settings. Alright, let's see how this works. Let's see what this looks like. So there you can see the collider over here. So if I go anywhere inside of this area, triggers the event. So obviously this plugin has uses far outside of just sideways doors. but this is what I've ended up using it for here. So what you'll want to do is set up a preset collider, and it will take a bit of time to figure out exactly the size and the offset you want, so you gotta jiggle around the numbers a bit. But once you've created a few useful preset sizes, you can just go with them for many other events, so it's worth spending the time to get things set. And I think that's about it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, check out the comments below.